Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night, time for another live Wicked Horror Show. I'm Kevin, and as always, I'm joined by Tony Has Nine Fingers.
What is going on, people?
And Tony, would you like to introduce our very special guest? We have another one waiting, so start with the first one. Actually, we have two waiting.
Sure. So from the upcoming short film, Logora, hopefully I said that right, we have one of the writers and directors, Kellen Pembleton. Hopefully I said that right.
And it looks like he might be a little frozen, but we also have Brandon Oliver.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Not bad. And we have Kenneth Ruddy.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not bad. It looks like Kellen might be...
yeah, I just got word. He texted. He said it dropped out on his end.
Oh.
So hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah, he can jump back in. So Kellen and Kenneth both are writers and directors on the project. And Brandon, what is it? Oh, your first AD.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. So while we're waiting for Kellen to come back in, Kenneth, do you want to give a little rundown on maybe a little bit of the synopsis and, without giving too much away? It's a short film, so we don't want to give too much away.
It's very true. Luckily, it's not too hard to give a quick synopsis. It's very inspired by the giallo and slashers of the 70s and 80s, and it tells the tale of a sinister serial killer who is hunting people within the fashion industry specifically. But luckily, there's a ragtag duo of detectives hot on the case.
Nice. And is it just are you just a huge fan of that subgenre of
yeah, absolutely. Kellen and I both are, and then the whole project, which he can attest to, came about. He just texted me, "Do you want to write a giallo?" And I immediately was like, "Yeah, of course." I just think they're one of the most beautiful horror subgenres. I mean, one of the ones where you could watch with the sound off and still get an incredible experience, but they always tend to have a pretty thrilling story in there too.
Nice. Yeah, that's one kind of subgenre of horror I gotta get definitely more into is the Italian side. I know with a lot of it is coloring and visuals and stuff that we don't look at too much. Well, I mean we do in Indian American horror, but I know overseas they like to push a little bit more for certain things. So when you mention a giallo or something like that, you know what you're looking for in a film. So
yeah, absolutely. I feel like Suspiria is kind of everyone's first instinct, and that movie, I mean, I've hosted Halloween parties where we've just had it playing in the background and people stop by just like, "Oh my god, look at the color in this scene." It's just incredible stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it and it's just how much can a color palette or whatever change it? Because when I'm watching movies, me personally, I don't look at, but when you watch a film that does it, you're like, oh, so that's what they mean when it's the reds and the blues and the stuff that change the whole aspect and feel of a movie. Then it's oh, now I understand. Because usually for me, I'm watching a movie, I'm watching it, and then you realize it's oh, okay, this whole scene is lit this color, and it changes the whole aspect of it. So,
oh, absolutely, yeah. There's so much emotion that comes from the colors.
Oh, totally. And now you guys are on Kickstarter, and when I checked yesterday, you were at 30% of your goal, I believe. And there's 20 something days left?
Yeah, I believe we have maybe 21 days left to go.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, 21 days as of the recording of this episode, because the audio is going to go up on Thursday, so it'll be
Okay.
a little bit shy of that. But the video, the day of recording, it's 21 days.
But yeah,
So
the campaign will end on September 15th.
nice. Okay. And you know it's doing pretty all right now, and it looks like you have some pretty interesting names involved. Are some of those once you get to certain levels, or are they just going to be involved in general?
Are you referring to the reward tiers or the talent that's attached to the
The
project?
talent.
Okay, Kenneth, I'll let you speak to that.
Yeah, the talent is attached regardless. There's certainly an aspect where if we meet the goal and hopefully even surpass the goal, where we'll talk to a few more people for a few more roles. But yeah, as of now, Eric Roberts and Felissa Rose, we're very excited to have fully attached to the project. And that's where Brandon was saying some of those perks come in with Eric Roberts specifically, which we're very excited that he's down to do some Zoom calls, some interviews, sign
Video
posters.
greetings, a lot of fun stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the one
Obviously,
thing.
Eric has an incredible body of work, so I'm sure he's got plenty of fans out there that would love the opportunity to have a little time to speak with him.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely.
That's the one thing with crowdfunding. We've heard many a times where it's almost like a job in itself, where it's like trying to keep up with the, it's awesome to, especially for physical movie collectors like myself and other people, to have certain little, rewards that you can get into. But I'm sure on your guys' side, trying to keep up with everything and
Oh,
trying to
absolutely.
look at that, it's just like, okay, it helps you guys out tremendously, but it's like, okay, this is just one extra thing that's added to the craziness of actually making a movie. So,
Welcome back, Kellen.
Do
Oh,
I
I don't
sound
think you
okay?
heard me.
yes,
I hear you. Do you hear me?
But yeah, to
yes.
your point, yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
absolutely. It's for sure a job in and of itself, just running the campaign, and then of course you're dealing with the social media aspects to promote. So the promotion, the marketing, running the campaign, and then if there's any physical, tangible rewards, of course there's manufacturing involved and lead times and things like that. So yeah, it keeps you busy for sure.
Yeah. So Brandon, how did you get involved in the
So I
project?
actually met Kellen. I want to say it was last year. I host or I produce an event with John Massari. He's the film composer for Killer Clowns from Outer Space, The Wizard of Speed and Time, along with many film and television projects. So it's called the Killer Clowns Punk Rock Fest. So we host that. We hold that rather at the Gardena Cinema, if anyone's familiar. I don't know how many of your audience is local to Los Angeles, but we hold that annually at the Gardena Cinema. So I had met Kellen there last year. We got to talking. We're both avid cinephiles, and just moving along into the beginning of this year, he had discussed with me his idea about this project along with Kenneth, and asked me if I would be interested in coming on board, and I said absolutely. We discussed the script. I thought it was a great idea. Obviously, I'm familiar with Eric and Felissa and some of the other cast members as well, so it sounded like something I'd be excited to get involved with.
Nice. That event seems pretty cool. And if Tony, if you lived in LA, I'm sure you would be there.
100%. Once you said Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you had my
Yeah,
ears
so for any of
perked
your
up.
audience that's interested, they could go. We have an Instagram event page for it. It's the Killer Clowns Punk Rock Fest. That's killerclowns.prf on Instagram if you want to check that out. But like I said, that's once a year. We hold that usually around like June or so. We've had the Dickies come out every year. This year we had, because they were touring in the UK. So, but we were still able to secure Leonard Graves Phillips, who's the lead singer for the Dickies. They do the main theme song for Killer Clowns. So it was a lot of fun. We screened two films, Killer Clowns, The Wizard of Speed and Time, along with three bands that performed. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. We get a huge crowd of Killer Clown fans that come on out for that, and of course fans of John Massari's work as well.
Yeah, that's my favorite horror movie of all time. So,
Oh, awesome!
So
In good
good.
company.
yeah. So, where did this idea? Well, we mentioned Giallo being up there, but where did the whole, aspect come from? Because I was looking at Kellen's work. You also act in a lot of stuff from, what I saw on IMDb. Was it, you were working, and then you're like, listen, let's try this ourselves. Let's direct something, or, was that the path that you always had, kind of deal, or how did that all come about?
Yeah, well, I used to direct like short films back in Buffalo, New York, where I'm from, and I did that from age 16 to 20. And I was even making films with my friends before that and like acting in other friends' films in like 2010. So I would say I was like 14, 15 then. But yeah, from 16 to 20, I would just do a bunch of shorts with friends in Buffalo, and we would just kind of scrape together what money we had to make whatever we did. And usually we didn't even have a budget. We were just kind of making stuff for fun, but we would almost always be able to get our films into festivals, and that was kind of like the spark. And now a whole decade later since my last film, it was called Condemned with You All. Basically, I just wanted to get back into directing, and I've always wanted to do something like this, so thought it'd be fun.
Cool. You ever do the Buffalo Dreams Festival?
Oh yeah, that's actually where the last one played. It
Yeah.
used to be called Buffalo Screams back in the day, but
That Greg
yeah,
Lamberson. He
yeah,
runs that?
dude, yeah, great filmmaker himself. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
sure you've seen Slime City.
Yeah, Slime City Massacre, and Slime City and Slime City Massacre. Yeah,
Yeah, he's awesome.
yeah, good dude. Me and my cousin, we went up and covered we broadcasted live from the festival a handful of years ago. It was
Oh,
great.
awesome.
It was a great festival. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, but it was a long drive.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I'm
he
coming
works.
from Central Mass.
Oh, are you? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works very hard on that fest, and he brings in filmmakers from all around the world. I think there was
Yeah.
somebody from Australia even the year I went. But yeah, it's called Amazing Fantasy Fest. If anybody's wondering, that's what the name change went to.
Oh, nice.
But he seems to change the name every like 5 years.
Ah,
But fun festival.
yeah.
So how did you get? We were talking about before, not only the perks, but the you know people that you got lined up to star in the movie. How did you come across them? Because the one that caught me was Natanya Ross when
Oh
I was
yeah.
looking at the thing, and it's like I grew up with like Secret World of Alex Mack and the Babysitters Club, and I'm like, oh, I knew she was in one horror movie, but I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. So that one caught me like for a
Yeah.
loop.
That
Yeah,
one's
am I mistaken? Did I see that you guys recently did an interview with her as well?
Well, I posted a whole bunch of stuff because I've
Oh,
been,
from their podcast. I got you.
yeah, she does her own podcast now. So I was like, oh, we connected through Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, oh, if you ever need some tips, I'm the, I'm the pretty one, and Kevin
Very cool.
does
Yeah,
all
I
the
saw you're a
work.
fan of Marla how do you say her name? Sarkaloff?
Sokolov,
Yeah, yeah,
Sokolov, yeah,
yeah. In
yeah.
good company again. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like,
now.
okay, well, I was like, oh, seeing her, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So how did you come across everybody else that's in there as well?
Well, Natanya's funny because I actually grew up on a little film called Shadow Zone: The Undead Express, which is a weird like vampire underneath the streets of New York City kind of horror film. And it was like a TV movie that Wes Craven actually has a cameo in. So it's pretty fun, and she actually co-starred with Chauncey Leopardi from
I was about to, I was
yeah.
about to ask if that's the one that he's in.
Yeah, the dude from The Sandlot who played Squints. Yeah, they were co-stars in that one. It's great. It's from like '96, I want to say. It's a good film. But anyways, I knew her from that, and because of that, when COVID lockdown happened and we all started podcasts, she was one of the first ones I really wanted to have on. And I don't remember which episode she is, but yeah, she's definitely one of my favorite episodes I've ever done. And she still can't believe to this day that I'm a fan of that movie because apparently nobody else talks to her about it, and I think it's awesome. So yeah, we kind of grew a budding friendship ever since, and we've hung out a bunch, and she's really awesome.
Yeah, she seems like it. And watching her podcast, I'm like, oh, okay, that caught me off guard. We had Felissa on a couple times on here. She's awesome. So Eric, we've never had did we?
No, but we have. There's a director that we've had on a billion times who works a lot with Eric, and
Oh
he's
yeah.
got nothing but great things to say about the man. Like he's like, oh, he's fantastic. I'm friends with him and his wife. We have dinner. Like it's they're
Really
great.
cool.
Yeah.
They are amazing. And I met Eric on a set for this TV pilot that was going to be a pilot. It was called Shootouts, and it was in the summer of 2017. It was the first thing that actually got me my SAG eligibility to join the Screen Actors Guild. So I was able to meet him on that set and also get the eligibility. It was a pretty awesome day. But ever since then, I actually reconnected with him through Eliza's daughter. I started walking her dogs randomly on one of those like dog walking apps. And after a while, I kept going back to her. And because of that, it got me reconnected with Eric just randomly by chance. So it's pretty funny. Deanna, actually, she's the star of the film. She plays Harper Fenech, and basically, I've known her for a few years from going to Cinematic Void screenings here in LA, which take place at the Los Feliz 3 Theater. And she always would actually dress up as the different Gialli killers for whatever screenings Jim was doing on each given year. Because he does this series called January Giallo. So every January, he shows a new Giallo film every week. It's really awesome. But that's where we found Deanna, and basically she showed us this film she did called Out for Delivery. It's a really awesome short that played Sundance last year, and through getting her, we got our cinematographer Gavin Murray, who also shot Out for Delivery, and highly recommend that film if you guys get a chance to see it. It's awesome.
Nice. Now, with this, it is a short film. If it does well, do you have any thoughts of making it a feature length?
I mean, we've definitely discussed it. We definitely have some ideas for it, but at the moment, no. But I would never close the door. I have another film that's in this kind of world that I wrote that I would love to make one day, and that one's more fleshed out at this point. But yeah, I mean, I could see this being a feature as well.
Yeah, the one thing with shorts, I mean, I love them, but it's like so hard to track them down sometimes. You know, depends on where you are in the country. Like if you're in an area that has film festivals, and if you're lucky enough to be at a film festival that has that screening that short, you know, it's like you may go years and years before you can see a short. You know, and it's one of those things where you have to like luck out, you know. They just stumble across it sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we plan on doing a very thorough festival circuit, but then definitely wide release for everyone that couldn't catch it live. Nice. So it'll be available.
And it's definitely weird for a giallo to be like a short. You know, that's not typical, but we're going to see what we can do with it.
And actually, I moderate and host a short film festival at Gardena Cinema. It's in connection with it's called the Movie Screeners Club. So we have a lot of great creatives and artists that bring their shorts each month, and a lot of them horror. You know, so it fits the genre. And it's a lot of fun that we do that every month. And of course, going forward with this particular project, we would love to even have the premiere. You know, perhaps at the Movie Screeners Club or a separate premiere at Gardena Cinema going forward. So who knows? There's a lot of opportunities there. But they're looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah, with short films, I know sometimes you'll see them more in like an anthology or something. The one, what was it? I can't even think of it now. What was the one horror pack used to put out yearly? They used to do one of the film festivals actually put out a physical copy, and they would put like 15 or 20 horror shorts on there. So then you're able to see them. So I'm like, more film festivals should actually like do it, is sell their, like put a couple in, you know, with the horror genre, put it out actually on, you know, physical. So. But,
yeah, that'd be cool. It seems like it's a trending thing now too. That like I was just talking to a partner of mine earlier, and he said that it seems like it's become kind of a trend that even with theatrical screenings of these repertory films, that they're putting horror shorts in front of them. It seems like there's somewhat of a demand for that now. You know, kind of like bonus content for these genre fans that show up for these screenings.
I would like to see that. Like,
I know
that'd be a cool thing to go to a movie and just see like a really cool short instead of
for sure.
like the same trailers over and over again.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gorgasma, but they do that. Like they have an event series coming up at the New Art starting on the 4th, and they program a horror short in front of each one. So again, it's kind of like a thing that's become a little bit more popular now. So like, and you know, we're excited to showcase these other artists' work.
Yeah, that's all happening out where you're at, but it's not happening where we are. Like that's the thing is, you know, like I'm in Mass, Tony's in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm originally East Coast, but yeah, I'm a little bit removed from that at this point. It's been a few years.
You guys got all the cool stuff happening.
I was in New Jersey about 2 weeks ago, and I visited Tony Soprano's house. It was awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I don't know which part of Jersey that is, but it was cool.
Yeah, it's like middle Jersey, like central Jersey. And then a few of the spots were, 15, 20 minutes away from me. But they always have that little like signage. Here's, Sopranos and whatever,
Yeah.
And besides Sopranos, it was Jersey Shore that, made us somewhat infamous.
Equally pop culture heavy.
Favorite, 100%.
Where I grew up, the only bragging rights I had was they filmed the original Blob. The original Blob diner was in my local city, so they had filmed that there, and I think that's still there to this day. So that was fun. But
that's cool.
We can claim The Burning. That's a good one. That was shot in Buffalo. Good
the
slasher.
Only cool things that have happened in my area the last handful of years is that the new Walking Dead series. Apparently downtown the city that I live in looks like, an apocalypse. And so they use it for that Walking Dead city show, whatever it is. I'm like, oh, that's great. So they shut down downtown and just film down there and
kill a bunch of zombies.
They've done a lot of those spin-offs for that show. That's not Fear the Walking Dead, is it?
No, it's
there's like 7 now.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is. I stopped watching a long time ago.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, but I know it's Negan and someone else.
City of the Walking
The Dead City.
Dead City, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the previews for it, and I'll hold my peace.
It's downtown Worcester, Massachusetts.
Dude, the first like 3 or 4 seasons of Walking Dead were awesome, and then it kind of just went downhill.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then they made another show.
Too many characters. It was way better when, like in the first season, when there was like hardly anybody left alive. At least you thought. I feel like the tension was so much better then.
I agree.
Yeah, but like any show, the further deeper it goes, the more it's just like convoluted. It's like, okay, whatever.
I don't know,
it lost me and then it brought me back. But
some shows did it right.
But
didn't sell out. But I don't know.
So when do you plan on filming this short film? Once you're fully funded and stuff like that. But is there like a set date that you'll have it ready for? Like, is it a film festival that you're setting up for? Since we're talking about film festivals,
We have a lot in mind. There's no like immediate hurry to get it done in time for one. Of course, like Fantastic Fest would be like a dream. Like Beyond Fest would be incredible. But now we're gonna try to just get going in the coming months if we can get the money basically, and we're gonna get the ball rolling pretty quick. I think it's a matter of scheduling. I feel like everybody's really busy in September and October, so that'll all kind of depend on schedules. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because the campaign's going to wrap, just as a reminder for everyone, on September 15th. You can find us on Kickstarter, at Logora Film, on Instagram, Logora if you just search Kickstarter. But that'll wrap on the 15th. There's a lot of great rewards, as we discussed. And then going forward, we would enter pre-production. And to Kellen's point, it would just be a matter of logistics, locking down locations, which we already have quite a few in mind, and then just working with the talent schedule to get everything situated and get going, hopefully at the latest at the top of November, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big Halloween shoot.
Yeah.
Exactly. Logistics. Yeah.
Now, since you said, you said you were making short films like 10 years ago. Do you expect anything different 10 years later? Like, with anything, the technology that we have now, or like, at least
we'll have at least
$10,000
behind it.
I mean, literally, I never worked with a budget. Like, even that last film, the only money we put into it was the food you saw on screen. So a lot of the people that were like extras in the film, like one of the guys played like a mailman. He was one of the actors, and he was also our sound guy. So it was a thing kind of like that, where you're just kind of utilizing who you had, and we just had fun with it. But even that film played a couple film festivals, and we had fun with it. So yeah. It's all about getting it seen once it's done. It doesn't matter how much money is behind it. It's just get that thing you made in front of an audience, and you'll be glad you did.
Yeah, I was
I
going to
know.
say the money helps, but like in addition to the budget, it's just the fact of course, us having the benefit of an incredible, talented cast that I think will propel this particular short, perhaps ahead of others in some ways.
Well,
Yeah.
the beauty too is now there's so many streaming services that I know. I think it's Screamify has a whole section dedicated to short films and stuff like that. So it's one of those deals where if it's not Screamify, maybe Screambox or Shutter or all this.
Yeah.
So there is so many different you know streaming services at least that'll
Mhm.
you can definitely at least attempt to uh, get the get it on there.
Or even
Yeah.
just use it as a proof of concept, and just
Hmm.
use it to make something bigger. Like you said, that you have something along the same kind of like thought, like that you could see making a feature.
Without a
So
doubt. That's
yeah,
definitely the plan.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a great launching off point. And like you're saying, all those streamers, I think they are looking for that short form content to fill in right now. If, say, someone's sitting down to just watch something while they're having dinner, they might not have time for a full feature, put a bunch of shorts right on the homepage. It builds a lot of traction. It's very
yeah.
enticing.
Because the other thing that's popping up more is those like minute to like minute and a half show. I forget what exactly it's called, but
Yeah,
it's
vertical. I was just gonna say, I was gonna chime in with that and say
vert-
there's even like an emerging opportunity in the vertical space because even like large studios are getting behind this now. And I don't mean to suggest that that's exactly where this particular project falls into, but depending on the level of interest, there are opportunities to maybe cut some of the material up and like you said, deliver it. There's different delivery methods, so however you can best reach the viewer and attract eyeballs and gain their interest, then of course, we remain open to that. But primarily, of course, we want to present it as one finalized, short.
Yeah, we had a guest on a little while back that did a project with those micro,
Yep.
like episodic kind of stuff, and it was for Screamify, and it came out really good. It was like one of those things. But my whole thing is like I'm just trying to figure out how I would consume it, because I would want to watch it all at once as opposed to like just like I can't see myself like scrolling and like trying to find the next episode kind of thing. But
I've
I guess
worked
that's
on a
not how
few
it works.
verticals, and
Yeah.
traditionally the delivery method has been like they have, a lot of these are like soap opera drama style verticals.
mm,
So they have things like Drama Box. So what they'll do is they'll film, it amounts to essentially what's like a feature film, but then they break it up into 61 to 2 minute episodes. And they'll offer you several for free, and then by the time you get to whatever the third, fourth, fifth, it's oh well, $1 for the next episode, $1 for the. I think some of these platforms were maybe finding difficulty with that particular delivery method, and so now I know a couple of the more recent ones that I've worked on. TikTok seems to be the avenue that they're pursuing. But then, like with regard to the studios pushing vertical content, I mean, and that goes all the way to studios like Disney and things like that. I think they're trying to capitalize on the opportunity that they see there, so they're injecting more money into some of those verticals, to have like more polished product that they can offer consumers.
Yeah.
yeah, because there's people that a lot of people scrolling through TikTok. They're like, oh, I can't sit there for an hour and a half and watch a movie or an hour and 20 minutes, but I can sit there for a minute and watch one at a time, and then consume it over
You
a
can sit
couple
there for like
days or
hours
something.
just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, but
And to your point, I will say too, like, yeah, if you're viewing that on TikTok and say you step away and you come back later, it actually does retain, like it remembers where you left off. So say you watch the first couple episodes, you go back to the page, it'll remember and it'll start you right off at episode 3 again. So for people that want to consume like that, if you're busy or what have you, I mean, like I said, there's opportunities there for that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's good that people are looking for that other outlet, they see that there's an option there, but at the same time too, it's just like I just want to sit down and watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
personally, I'm a little bit more of a traditionalist and a purist
yeah,
in that regard, but so it's not necessarily catering to me exactly, but
yeah,
you got to follow the trends and where everyone's at. So
yeah. I think I said it on the show, Tony, that it just made me feel old.
Yeah,
Like, just like, is this for kids? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. It just made me feel my age. But and Sergio's asking if you missed the trailer. We don't have a trailer because it hasn't been made yet, Serge. Go to Kickstarter and help fund it so that way it can
You
be
do have a
made.
teaser trailer, like
Yeah,
a
we have
yeah,
a fun little teaser on the Instagram,
yeah.
and Yeah, you can
Oh,
see it
is
on
that
there.
the one that's on the Kickstarter as well, or no?
There's like two separate videos. One has like some high quality footage that we shot with our cinematographer, and the other is just like a basic pitch video that we shot. That one's on the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Yeah, for anyone looking for it, the pitch video would be at the very top of the Kickstarter, and then like in the body text of the campaign, you would see that other well shot teaser video, and there's narration over the top, which I believe is Eric Kellen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was voiceover Eric did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Did
So
we,
for anyone interested, definitely check that out.
Nice.
did we tell you guys what the film was about yet?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's how we started off.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's just we didn't want to go too deep into it because it's a short, so we don't want to
Yeah.
know too much. But
For sure. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's how we started it.
So I saw you worked on some trauma stuff too. So is there like a giallo mix with a little bit of trauma in there? I saw, what is it, Return to Nukem High. So you get a little
I
mix
mean,
of both.
the fun thing is we got John Carius cast in our film, and I don't know if you remember, he's the gravekeeper in Poultrygeist. He's also from Buffalo too, so it was a no-brainer to get him involved. But yeah, I did work on Return to Nukem High. I was just an extra. This was like the summer of 2012, but I played one of the high school students. So that was one of the best summers of my life, and getting paid no money on that set was still the best time of my life. So it
So
was great.
actually, when we were at Buffalo Dreams, they were actually showing one of the. I don't remember if it was Return to Nukem High, but
Okay.
Zach Amico was there to present it.
I might have been there. I can't really remember. I feel like I was there for that though.
Yeah, but Zach
Yeah.
Amico, who just, by the way, anyone listening, he's a stand-up comic as well. He just had his debut comedy special, just premiered today at 7 p.m. on YouTube. So if you're a fan of stand-up comedy and you like trauma, go check out Zach Amico's comedy special on YouTube. I'm a
Yeah,
fan.
Zach's
of it.
hilarious.
Shout out, of course, Lloyd Kaufman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Uncle Lloyd.
that was one of my proudest moments when I do music, and I got a bunch of music in some movies, and I have some music in a trauma movie. So
Oh, you do?
I was like, all
Oh,
right,
very cool.
cool.
Which one?
It's not one that Lloyd made,
Okay.
but it's called Teen Ape versus the Monster Nazi Apocalypse.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it was by another guy from New York. I don't know if he's up by Buffalo or if he's in Rochester, but Chris
Okay.
Seaver.
Okay.
Oh, I know him. I do know him. What do I know him from? Let me see.
He made the Teen Ape movies, Filthy McNasty. He made he's got like a lot of franchises.
Okay.
He's wicked funny though.
I feel like I know him from the festival or something.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yeah.
And Teen Ape was literally just a guy with an ape mask. Like the mouth doesn't move or anything. But it's a whole
Sometimes
franchise.
that's all you need. That's all
Yeah,
you need sometimes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And
That's so cool.
but yeah, my old band had a song all over. It's got Debbie Rashawn in it and everything. And I was like, all right, cool. I can die happy now. It says Trauma. And you turn it on, and my song's in there. So I'm like, cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
But
cool.
that's the same thing with, like, we were talking about giallo. You could tell a giallo film, but then you can also tell a trauma film too. You watch it,
Yeah.
you're like, yep.
Right.
Don't even have to look at it. You're like, yep, this is trauma.
Actually, the director that I said that we've had on a bunch of times that works with Eric Roberts a lot,
Yeah.
he worked for Trauma as well.
Oh, cool.
It's
Are you
James.
talking about
James-
James Balsamo?
James
Yes.
Balsamo.
Yeah, we were at his movie premiere last night for Robot Dracula.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was
Oh
a good time.
no, Robot Dracula!
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyone who's seen it or will see it will understand that reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes fun, silly movies.
Yeah, he used to work in the trauma office back in the day, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you were saying? Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, he makes some interesting films as well.
Yeah,
I'm a full moon guy myself. I almost wore the hat, but I didn't want to distract. So,
I'm
but
a Full
I'm
Moon
a
fan
full
as
moon
well.
Child Man fan.
I share the love everywhere. Like,
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
a Full
Yeah,
Moon
of
fan
course.
as well. I'm not going to say like I'm strictly Trauma or whatever. Like, I'll switch camps. I don't care. Fight me
Yeah,
over it.
we both grew up on Puppet Master. We love those flicks.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But then they also had like those other like Prehysteria and Remote and like all
If I'm
those-
not mistaken, Prehysteria to this day was still their highest grossing film that they ever released. I know Dragon World's up there as well. But yeah, Priest Area was a huge success on home video for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, those are kind of movies like what was the other one? Pet Shop.
Yeah,
Another
that was a
one
little
that
more obscure. Yeah, yeah.
that is just like, oh, okay. Not only did they make some interesting horror movies back in the day, but they also made like other parts of my childhood as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, they got a lot of great series as well. Puppet Master, Subspecies, Trancers, Demonic Toys. List goes on. Yeah, they got a lot of great films. Like they had partnered with Paramount for a number of years, so their budgets were a little higher, more money to work with, and yeah, they put out a lot of great product.
So Kenneth, we haven't heard a ton from you. What's your background? Like, where did you come from?
So, born and raised in little old Texas, and then like a tumbleweed, I drifted out here about 8 years ago. Same kind of thing as Kellen, like the passion of making the movies brought me out this way, big old Hollywood way. And I actually kind of got my first taste of the scene as a still photographer. I did a lot of BTS and then event shoots. And then I figured out, hang on, I could put these pictures together with a little motion. That's all it takes, and that's a movie right there. And so I made my first kind of official short film a couple of years ago. It's called A Shade Rolls In. It's like a psychological dream horror that did the festival circuit. Lucky enough to get into Beyond Fest with that. And then wrapped my newest short film earlier this year. It's called Tummy Aches. It's going to be a comedy short about a guy that's got some really bad tummy aches. He's got to get to the bottom of it. And I couldn't help myself. So it dabbles into some body horror a little bit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And then, yeah, similar to Kellen as well, just the end goal is features, making as many shorts in the meantime to kind of launch that trajectory. And then a group of friends and I started our film company, Shotgun Wedding Studios, about a year ago, where we've been kind of building up some micro shorts, helping each other make our passion come to fruition. But it's a journey, and it's
awesome.
Kind of as we were talking earlier with the Kickstarter and everything. Something I love about each subsequent project is getting to wear less hats. That first one where you're scrounging for things for every single role. I won't, and I like to see that lesson with each one. So having someone like Brandon on board as an AD is just a blessing, and all these people coming forward to help us out it just warms my little heart.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the thing we always say is like what people don't realize, especially like indie film, people have to wear not just one or two, sometimes like 10 different hats just to make something work, from it's like directing, writing it, editing it, doing this, the lighting, the whatever. And it's just like, it's project like a passion project, but sometimes it's like, oh, if I can get a little help in this situation, it'll make that passion project that much easier to make. So,
And that's where people's pledges come in. That really helps with that. Of course, to get we were able to compensate, bring on board the appropriate cast and crew, compensate everybody fairly, and it really helps bring a lot to the table as far as production's concerned. So
now, do you want to mention some of the perks or rewards that people might be able to get, or whatever they, I guess whatever they pledge, the more they pledge, the more they get. So what are some
Kellen?
of the perks?
Yeah, we've got some like lower tier stuff that's like get a special social media shout out or get a digital media package. But if you donate $100, you get your name in the credits as a special thank you. And a lot of people have been doing that one. That's a great perk to get. And for $200, you get lobby cards that we're gonna make, like the classic lobby cards you would get at a theater. We're gonna do that. We have Eric doing Zoom calls. We have Eric doing like video greetings. We have a cast and crew wrap party, and of course, just the classic associate executive producer perks. So just about everything. We have a signed poster for I believe 150. So we'll get as
along
as
with all
many-
the previous tiers, the rewards that would come with the previous tiers as well. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's kind of incremental. So, the more that someone's willing to donate, they'll get the benefit of that particular tier, as well as all the other prior perks as well, in most cases. And some of the higher tiers, like, it's there's a select number of those rewards depending on what they choose.
Yeah, I believe with the executive producer tier, I think we have that limited to 5.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing, like, especially fans of, because it sounds like all three you were fans of movies as well, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you can get your name, it's like, oh, you're watching it, and it's like, oh, look, that's my name.
I've done it myself on a number of projects for sure.
Yeah.
And you're looking for it too. That's the first time you ever watch the entire credits, because usually at the end is where the thank yous are. And
I think most of us are fans first. Yeah. So for sure.
Right.
So it's, I've done it plenty of times myself. I got a couple, crowd-funded Blu-rays in the thing, and it just warms your heart. It's like, oh, look, it's me. That's my name.
Yeah, Adam Marcus, if you're familiar, the director of Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell. He had run one not too long ago, like within the past few years. So there was a special Blu-ray that came out, Hearts of Darkness, I believe it was called. It was a great film, documentary of the making of Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell. And to your point, like, he got a ton of support. People were thrilled to, and I was so bummed I missed it. I would have loved to have included my name in the credits, but sadly I missed that one. But yeah, there's a lot of like great opportunities for stuff like that, including on our short. So we're happy to offer it.
Yeah, did you know that Adam Marcus was 19 when he was hired to do that movie?
Oh wow, yeah, I knew he was young. Like I thought maybe around 21, but yeah, he was definitely young for sure.
I want to say 19 when he was hired, 21 when they shot it, and 22 when it came out, which is so wild. Right.
Yeah,
so wild.
Yeah, he's a great guy, by the way.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think we should take a brief opportunity, Kellen, to mention our upcoming screening that we have at Gardena Cinema. It's a good segue for Friday the 13th, Part 6, written and directed by Tommy McLaughlin. We'll have him there in person, along with, Kellen, remind me, I'm so sorry, Courtney Vickery, the girl that played Little Nancy in the film. We'll have the screen-used Tombstone, which has resided in Tommy's garden at home for quite some time, so it's a rare opportunity for fans to come out and take a photo with the screen-used Tombstone. We'll have Jason Baker is appearing in full screen-accurate Jason attire. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So if anyone is local to the area and wants to come on down, that'll be September 4th at 7:30, and they can find tickets for that on Eventbrite. And I'll be co-hosting that event with Kellen.
And that is paired with the 1983 cult
classic, Thank you.
Yes. One Dark Night, which is another film Tommy directed a few years prior.
His very first film.
It's an awesome movie. It's kind of like a slow burn, but like...
Is that the one with Linda Blair?
No, it's Meg Tilly and...
Adam West.
Who else, Kellen?
Adam West, Batman.
Yeah, yep.
I guess I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, it's kind of like a case of like Trick or Treat, where they build like Gene Simmons at the top, and he's in like 2 seconds of it, kind of. But they got some good scenes with them, so it's cool.
But yeah, what made me think of that though is because that's Adam. Adam has stated in multiple interviews that Part 6 is like his personal favorite, even though he directed Jason Goes to Hell. Part 6 is his personal favorite of the series. So, and Tommy's a great guy too, so we're stoked to have him, as part of the event.
That's cool having events like that.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you live in LA.
You guys have some fun stuff I see out there on the East Coast. I know, like Kellen, your friend Peter has an event series.
So Peter Vullo does Thursday Night Terrors in Buffalo, and it's kind of funny actually. He has Felissa Rose literally flying in this week to do 2 sold-out screenings of Sleepaway Camp, which is pretty freaking awesome. So shout out Peter. Today is the 10th anniversary of Thursday Night Terrors. 10 years ago today, he showed Dead Alive, the 90s film. It's fantastic how far that he's brought this series. But no, I was gonna mention the other dude in Massachusetts. Isn't it Midnight Mark? Do you know that guy? I think he does stuff at like the Coolidge.
Oh, the Coolidge is awesome.
Yeah.
Just real quick, when our occasional time to time third mic, Angel is on. He's an aspiring filmmaker himself. I'm just gonna add him in real quick.
Oh, for sure. Welcome.
What's up, Angel?
Oh, look at you.
Got a full house.
Yeah. The Coolidge is awesome. I've seen so many cool things at the Coolidge. They have like going way back. I used to go there to see the Spike and Mike Sick and Twisted animation festivals and stuff like that, like way back in the day.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know, like that's where I went to see like the anniversary of like Texas Chainsaw and all that stuff. But it's like driving to Boston from Worcester. It's like I'm just putting in excuses to why I don't go to more things.
What is that, like an hour,
stinks.
hour and a half?
It's about an hour, then parking and tolls and
Okay.
all that crap. But
Yeah, I've not been there personally, but I know the Mahoning Drive-In in Pennsylvania. They have a lot of great events as well.
Yeah. I'm dying to get down there.
So, since all three of you are into movies, is there any specific movie that you watch that you're like, I want to start doing this? Because every once in a while, it's like it changed everything. That it's like, okay, I think I could do this kind of stuff. So, is there?
Halloween,
Okay.
without a doubt. I saw that at a very impressionable age, very young, and I remember renting it at the library, and every time I would go to the library, I would rent it. And this was before I started like a movie collection. And I'll never forget watching that movie and just being like, you know what? They made this for such a little amount of money, and they pulled all their friends together and they made it happen. And that's one of the very first times I realized that you can make movies and that you can do it on a low budget like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say similarly. I was like a very impressionable young horror fan watching like Child's Play at I think age 6. So that gave me nightmares for years, but I loved it. My mother, my grandmother, they were all into horror films, so we would just watch all those. I'm dating myself a little bit, but for people who remember USA Up All Night and programs like that, and I think they would occasionally show these films on like Showtime and HBO and things, Tales from the Crypt, all that kind of stuff was hugely impressionable on me personally. So I grew up loving horror. But I'm also, I consider myself like, I guess, a cinephile in general. And I love, work as, if you want to talk about low budget full moon films all the way up to, Chris Nolan Interstellar. So runs the gamut for me. But yeah, absolutely. I just love film.
yeah. The first time I ever thought of film as something that people actually make was when I was probably 5 or 6, and I was watching Star Wars as I did every week, and I waited to see the words at the end of the movie, which I hadn't done before, and I just saw written and directed by George Lucas, and I was like, what does that mean? Like this movie happened, right? This is something that occurred in a galaxy far, far away. And my dad was like, no, 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 no. That man wrote this on a piece of paper and then got people together and they made the movie. I was like, what? This is something people could do? And that just became this lifelong obsession of just, well, I have to watch all the movies now because
Yeah.
people put these out there for me, and then one day I'll do it. And then it just became a spiraling. And then as far as horror goes,
Dope.
the first time I thought, oh my God, I could just get a camera with some homies and run in the woods, and then you have a project done. And then I actually just got my tickets for the IMAX re-release of Akira, which was a hugely impactful moment on my life where I just had never seen anything that looked like that, and still have never seen anything that looks like that. And animation, it's just that's my baby. I love it so much.
Have you like when is that happening? When is the IMAX?
The IMAX
Screening
re-release with the new 4K update is September 4th that weekend. They bill it as one day only, but it's playing for a week at least in LA, not to push the LA agenda again. But I had to get my ticket. I'm bringing 4 other friends.
Nice.
I wish we were pulling up on motorcycles, but unfortunately not.
No, that would be an experience to see that in IMAX for sure.
Oh my gosh, my little brain's going to be blown. I'm going to be 12 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of something Kenneth said, I think like for me personally, the switch between just knowing that I loved watching these films as a young guy, I think the switch as far as knowing that I wanted to be involved in the filmmaking process and create for myself was just like you said, watching those behind the scenes and kind of understanding that like, oh, there's a lot that goes into this. And I developed a huge affinity for all the special effects and prosthetics, makeup effects, creature effects, stop motion animation, all that kind of stuff. Matte paintings, just all the intricacies that go into creating so many of these amazing films.
Yeah. Yeah, the behind the scenes stuff and extra like all the like the making of documentaries and stuff like that really changed my vision on how films are made. And also when you're younger and they show that kind of stuff, they used to show that kind of stuff on HBO from time to time. And if a movie freaks you out, it kind of helps. It helps you
Oh,
get
for sure. Yeah,
you know, because Poltergeist
It's
is
not
one
real.
for me. Yeah, it was one for me that really freaked me out, and
I think a lot of people. Yeah.
I can remember seeing like a behind the scenes of Poltergeist when I was younger. Be like, okay, all right, this is cool. Like it's all right. Like, but I
But
don't
then you
know.
hear the stories after where the film was cursed. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
What are your
But
thoughts on Poltergeist 3? You like it?
um, it was all right. I mean, to tell you, being in a hotel, it's like makes it a little bit different. And it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, well, this is a change of scenery. It went from like two cursed houses to a cursed hotel, pretty much. And it's like, okay, definitely different than the other two. But for me, it's always going to be the first one.
yeah,
I just appreciate part 3 that because they did all the effects in camera, which is pretty different.
oh,
So that's a fun little tidbit, but good film.
I haven't watched it in a very long time. Maybe I should rewatch it and with that knowledge, and just be
Absolutely.
like, all right, now I
Yeah,
have to.
I'm due for a rewatch for all those. To be honest, it's been a minute for sure.
Then they
Yeah.
made that remake, which was the only good thing. Well, not good thing. The only different thing was when they actually went into that other realm. They like showed you what it was.
Right.
When they went in the closet or whatever, like they didn't show you any other things, but everything else was like, you didn't really have to make this remake because
Yeah.
I
It
didn't
was so
want to
good,
see
I
it.
don't even remember it.
It's
I
funny.
just remember the actor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kellen.
No, I was just gonna say it's funny. I feel like remakes hit their stride in like the mid or early to mid 2000s. I feel like most of the remakes coming out then were actually pretty solid. Like you got The Hills of Eyes, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just a couple other ones. I even like Rob's Halloween, but carry on.
Yeah, and then they, now they're just making remakes to make it. It's like, did that
Yeah.
really need one? And then Eli Roth did a remake of his
Ice
own
Cream Man.
movie.
Yeah.
Ice Cream Man is. I haven't watched it, but I heard horrible things.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
It's they're getting beat up in the press for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
yeah, I mean, like even with the Puppet Master, Blumhouse supposedly is developing, a reboot, if you will, of that particular property. So we'll see
Oh
what comes of
no!
that.
Don't do it.
Oh,
No.
Well, guys, you can't let the
Blumhouse.
IP die. That's what this is all about.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it
Think
feel
about
let
the
that.
money,
itself
not the
die.
art.
Well,
Charlie Band made mention of it in his new memoir, Horror Puppet. So we'll see, because I don't know from the time that was written and published to now how actively in development that particular project still is. But as far as I'm aware, Blumhouse, is working on figuring that one out.
They can do it.
I don't know. Sometimes they
It
should
would be
just
it would
leave
be
things
interesting
alone.
for me because I just feel like if you're familiar with the film, the character designs are integral to what makes that film successful, along with the stop motion animation. So if you remove those things, it's like some of the controversy, if you will, with the new redesign of Jason for the Jason universe. It's like
Yeah.
they alter that mask just a little bit, and and Greg Nicotero, obviously a renowned effects artist, but even still got a lot of backlash for adjusting that design. So similarly, I think that would be a difficulty that they face with Puppet Master.
Yeah.
As
Well,
long as it's
speaking of
very
Jason,
minimal
it seems like
guy.
now the trend is to do like a prestige limited series based off of something. So we're getting that Crystal Lake show. We're getting the new Carrie show. They did that Welcome to Derry
I,
thing.
Oh yeah,
that was
they just greenlit season
Not
2 for
bad.
that one.
Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
Welcome to Derry was pretty good.
very.
Yeah.
They went with that one. I'm like, oh, okay. From that first like 5 minutes into it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's different. With the lady giving
That
birth or
HBO.
whatever, I'm like, oh, okay, well, there you go. And then supposedly, I mean, it's been in talks for how many years, but I forget who greenlit it or said they were going to, but the 13 Ghosts TV show,
Oh yeah, that could be interesting.
Really?
yeah, with
13
each
episodes.
each ghost getting its own episode.
Cool.
So I
I'm
forget
not as
who.
married to that one. Like I love the original, but I think that there's opportunity there to do a great, recreation of that in a way that's different and to redesign those characters a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, if they all do it, like the Chucky TV show wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I
That
actually
went
like
on for a
that.
few
That
seasons.
made me respect the films a little bit more, honestly. Um, I wasn't a huge Child's Play fan, like of the film franchise,
I'll
and
forgive you.
then it's
Yeah. We love
I'm also
Chucky
not
in
a
this house.
Halloween fan. How does that sit with you?
Yeah.
Ooh, hot
uh,
takes.
But the Chucky TV series made me go back and rewatch because I watched them at a certain time in my life. I've changed, things
For
have
sure.
changed. I've given Halloween um, multiple
And you enjoyed which entry did you find you enjoyed most of the originals?
for Child's Play.
Yes.
I mean the first one is probably my favorite, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of a specific one. I watched too
Three, I
much
think.
stuff.
That's the one where they go to the boot camp, right? Is
Yeah, yeah,
three.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why because I know like 3 takes a lot of heat. Personally, I love it, and in fact,
I love.
yeah, we're I don't want to give too much away, but it is the 35th anniversary for Child's Play 3 this year, so it's possible that we might do a little something to try and celebrate that.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And same thing with Halloween. I like Kellen. You said you got introduced to that like when you were a little too young, or when you were younger,
Yeah.
and it really. I think I finally saw it, but it was too late. So it didn't. I'd seen too many things before that, and it just didn't affect me in any way.
Right.
Like literally, I didn't feel any suspense at all when I saw Halloween for the first time. I'm like, I don't. I'm not getting it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
definitely remember feeling it back in the day, and
Mm.
every time I watched it, it was still there. I mean, you only outgrow it when you get older, but yeah, as a kid, he was definitely
But
a
you can still
terrifying
kind
force.
of remember the feeling and stuff like
Oh,
that. Like,
totally.
there's like there's still things about poltergeist that still get me, even though I know it's there, and
Yeah.
you know, even though my wife can watch it and be like, "This is dumb," you know,
Yeah.
because she
You
saw
got
it
to
way later in life.
you got to check out. There's a documentary this guy just made on Heather O'Rourke, the little girl from Poltergeist. It was
Mhm.
really good. I think it's called Still Here, but really good doc on her life. So I definitely recommend that.
Okay, I'll check that out.
So, Kevin, then for you, what resonated most in the horror genre?
When I was younger,
Yeah.
it was Poltergeist, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
I can't knock that one.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street was like that was my jam, and then as I got older, like I was slowly switching from Nightmare to Friday the 13th. It was
Oh, that's
weird.
interesting.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, because I think there's better consistency with Friday the 13th, even though like the movies are not necessarily all as high quality as Nightmare on Elm Street. They're like Nightmare, the franchise falls off pretty hard.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I don't want to knock anyone's work, but I mean, the
Yeah,
transition from 4 to say Freddy's dead is a bit of a steep,
yeah.
some might
Like
say,
the
decline.
even the makeup and like the everything just starts to look bad, and
Well, and
there's
what's
just
interesting about that, like that always perplexed me because I mean, Kevin Yeager, if I'm not mistaken, was the effects artist. I mean, Kellen, am I mistaken? Wasn't Kevin Yeager the effects artist through, I believe, up to Freddy's Dead? But it just seemed like from each entry to the next, they altered the makeup appliance to a
yeah, it just
degree.
started looking cheaper and cheaper, and like looking more
I
like
don't know if
pizza.
I'm not sure was
was
Kevin on the original?
I don't think he was on the original.
Yeah, I don't know if that was David Miller or not, but
I interviewed Louis Lazara. He was also on the original, but I think it was him and one other guy, and I don't think it's Kevin. Let me see.
but
Then
yeah,
they made
yeah.
the reboot, which kind of took
I didn't
everything.
I didn't hate the reboot as much as everyone else did.
Well, Kevin, I was going to ask you. So, what was your take then on New Nightmare?
I mean, it is what it is.
I can say I think. All right, I guess I'm one of the. I like
I
that
like it.
particular entry.
I quite like
So
New Nightmare, but I feel like I'd pop in Scream if I wanted to get that feeling.
I
I
was
like.
much younger. I actually saw that in theaters, if I'm not mistaken, when it released. I mean, if I had to guess, I was maybe 13 or so at the time. And I think to a young audience goer, the film came across as a bit confusing. If you had seen, of course, the prior films, you know what I mean. I think you went in expecting more of the same, and so yeah, it was a bit maybe confusing to a younger audience goer. But as I got older, I kind of developed an appreciation for it.
And then
So
for me, like my favorite horror movie is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, but that is as I got older and stuff like
Goated.
that. Like that yeah, that's
Still
my favorite.
scary.
Yeah, it's just so gritty and dirty, and I, you know, and then what got me into that was watching Summer School and Chainsaw and the movie Summer School where they got to show Texas Chainsaw Massacre in class, and I'm like, what is this movie they're watching? And then I tracked it down. I'm like, all right, this is amazing. Like, this is great. But anyways, on that note, we do have to wrap things up. So I want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to plug everything you need to plug, like all your links and wherever you guys want to be followed. So let's start with Kenneth. Where can people follow you for updates on what you got going on, and make sure obviously updates on the project?
Yeah, so for Logora, everything is going to be on at Logora Film on Instagram. And if you go to Kickstarter, it's there on Logora Short Film. For me personally, I'm Kid Ruddy on Instagram. That's KidRuddy. You'll see updates from Logora on there as well as my other projects. That's mine.
Nice. Kellen?
So my Instagram's just my name, Kellen Pembleton. That's KELLEN And as he said, Logora Film is for the Logora page. And I also have my podcast page, which is Kellen's Petty Talk Show. So go check it out. We'll have new episodes.
Good pod.
Yeah.
Nice. And Brandon, also, if there's a separate page for like all these events and stuff that you got going
I know it's a lot
on.
for everybody. Well, you can check me out on Instagram. It's B Oliver, so BOLIVER 986 on Instagram, and then on there you'll see the links. So I'm the talent and event director for again Gorgasma. It's a great new horror and lifestyle brand. Like I said, I think I mentioned earlier, we have an upcoming event series at the New Art Theater for those local to Los Angeles. So we're going to be screening a lot of great films celebrating the 40th anniversary of those. To start, we've got Aliens, and then I believe Labyrinth, Spookies, Big Trouble in Little China, Dolls, and TerrorVision. So that's going to be a lot of fun over the course of 6 weeks. And then I mentioned the Killer Clowns Punk Rock Fest, which they can also find on my page. There's a link for that. Excuse me. And then also like I said, I host and moderate the Movie Screeners Club at Gardena Cinema. That's every third Thursday for local filmmakers to submit their shorts. And, we love having them out to celebrate their work. And then lastly, I just want to thank all you guys for having us on to talk about this project. Truly appreciate it. And for anyone interested in backing, Kellen and Kenneth told you where to go. A lot of great rewards. A reminder that the campaign ends September 15th. And also just to let you know, though, that as a reminder, you will not be charged. There you go. Kellen's got the advertisements. You will not be charged until the campaign ends. So get those pledges in now. Help us get to the finish line. And we greatly appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Gorgasmic
did just make.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just want to add a quick note. Our buddy Mick just donated $500, so we are now up to...
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Mick.
Nice.
That's live.
3,560. Yeah. So Mick actually played the killer in my film Condemned with You All 10 years ago, and he's still showing up. So love you, Mick. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Always that.
Thank you, Mick.
Now, Gorgasma, they did a Pizza Panic party?
Yes, they did. That's actually the shirt that I'm wearing. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
They
had a lot of success with that. Graham Denman was the director. And then the company Gorgasmo was founded by Mark Villalobos. He's a longtime veteran special effects artist. Worked on Critters 3, Army of Darkness, which we also had an event for last October. And we had Mark and the Gorgasmo crew out to celebrate that film. Nathan Cabrera is an amazing artist. He's done all of the poster artwork for our numerous event series, including the one that, like I mentioned, Kellen and I have upcoming. So as a reminder for that, that's going to be a 40th anniversary celebration of Friday the 13th, Part 6 at the Gardena Cinema on September the 4th at 7:30 p.m. But yeah, Nathan, incredible artist. He's the creative brand director for Gorgasma. But and then the other co-founding members, Heather Mages, who, like I said, is a founder alongside Mark. Yeah, great crew, and happy to be a part of the team.
Yes, we had them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought I saw something for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a great group of very talented artists.
Tony, what about?
Now I just want to ask, what are your favorite? Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what are your favorite Giallo films? I just wanted to hear what do you guys like?
Kevin. I gotta brush
I'm
up
not
on
well
my
versed. I'm not super well versed in them, honestly.
All right, no worries.
So it would have to be Suspiria. It would have to be because that's the only
Okay.
one that like
yeah.
I've seen multiple times. You know.
Yeah, I was just telling Kellen I was
could send you
bummed.
a list.
I missed they were screening Profondo Rosso. I think is how you say that in Italian. And Dario Argento was there in person for that particular screening. I think that was at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts, if I'm not mistaken, Kellen. But yeah, so I was unfortunately I missed that. But we both missed that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to catching that at some point.
Nice.
So bummed to miss that one. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
But for me, you can find me at Tony Has Nine Fingers on YouTube. I haven't done a video in forever, but I got enough backlog to keep you, I guess, somewhat entertained. Tony Has Nine Fingers on X, which I have but I don't use. Tony Has Nine Fingers on TikTok, which is my fastest growing social media that you'll find me on the most. Tony's Movies on Instagram, where I show off the movies behind me. And of course, here on the Wicked Horror Show, most Tuesdays, whether we have awesome guests or it's just horror movie chit chat, you find us here. Check us out when we have the live shows. So if we have trailers or whatever, you could check them out. We appreciate everybody that listens, but come on over to the live so you can ask questions.
Absolutely. And everybody get those pledges in and help us get to the finish line. We truly appreciate it.
Yes, for sure. For myself, just a knuckle on Instagram. Thanks again to everyone for joining us tonight, and thank you to everyone who was watching. Thank you to everyone who's listening, and we'll see you all next time.